All right, Jeremy here, Jeeps Unlimited, partsbreakers.com, 303-666-9020. So let me first off say what's going to be listed and just let you know that the frame is absolutely available on its own. On our website, however, as of right now, it's going to be the chassis. And really only because I like to be real authentic with our videos, meaning that if the photos include something, I like to have them included. I don't want to confuse anybody or make anybody feel like they're being tricked or anything like that. So, but if you catch us on YouTube and don't necessarily see it on the website, then you'll hear this disclaimer, and the frame itself or the axles or something else can be purchased. And then at that point, we'll rephoto and list it. Okay. So the price, at least on the website, that you'll see when it gets posted, and the YouTube video will go live way before the chassis will on our site, just because I have a lot of other ones to do and I do them all at once. So, okay. So without further ado, it is a 1972 to 1975 rolling chassis. We're really going to be, like I said, looking more at the frame, if nothing else. But just know there's the 72-75 has the rear flange 44 centered, which is what the 76 to 83 guys like, because they have AMC 20s, and this is a much better axle, and it's a bolt-in option for you. And then if you need the matching front, you can go with this guy. Now this 30 is an open knuckle 30, but it's got drum brakes. So if you have disc and you're concerned about that, that's not to be concerned with at all, because the knuckles from your disc brakes swap directly onto these, and then you'd have a matching set if you need a matching set. I haven't looked at these, but I imagine they're probably 373s. That's usually what these come with. Not always, but typically. So we'll confirm that. And that will be in the ad as far as when it goes up there. Like I said, if you've seen it on YouTube and you still like the whole idea of the chassis, just call me if you don't see it on our website quite yet, and then I'll get out here and pop covers and stuff on them. Okay, so the frame, like I said, is mainly what we're looking at. Now I have one other 72 to 75 frame in this yard it was in really good shape, except for one thing. It was modified right here. We'll walk over to it when we're done with this video, just to show you. That would be a very, very inexpensive, not that these are really expensive to begin with, but option. Anytime something's modified, we always discount them. If somebody can repair that or use it as is, by all means. It would, in my opinion, you would have to fix it. And the way you'd fix it is by putting, if your front cross member here is in good shape, I would just replace it. Just take yours out of that. Hopefully that's not what's bad on yours. If it is bad on yours, I might have one over here that we can pull and either do it for you or send it along with it. And that just depends on what you want to pay as far as that work here done or that work you're done on your side. Okay, so these are fairly easy to do in a sense. I mean, they still got to be washed and cleaned and listed and photoed and all that, but because they're not full box frames, we run a scope down them, but you don't have to run it down the whole thing because it's C-channel, most of it. It's only box of the front. Now, going forward, when you get this frame, and you buy this frame, because this frame won't last long, especially in the shape it's in, it's advisable, if you have the time or the money, to have someone or yourself, depending on your skill set with welding, to fully box these frames in. Okay? They did box it in the right area up through here, although there's still some areas you could reinforce, but it should be boxed. And they did figure that out in 76. Actually, some 76s are still C-channel, but half and half. So, and then they fully box the frames in. So, okay. So the whole point of this video is for you to see this frame. Is if you're standing here next to me, I'll shoot it off to the people that had called on it first. And then if we get anybody that wants it, says, hey, I just want the frame, or actually I would be interested in the whole chassis, then we can price it as such. And if it is just the frame, we'll get a deposit like we normally do, and we'll have Kevin on Tuesday fully strip it down, and then we'll rephoto and video it so you can see it just like we do most of our other frames, as you can see in these piles over here. Okay, but for this frame video, or for this it's not pre-dismantled because it's almost dismantled, but nonetheless, I want you to see it as best as you can. Now, there's the one area that loves to rot in these things, which is back here. This all looks really good. It's got a little oxidation, but not even surface rust here. Okay. This rear support is pretty mangled on this one. This is one of the few pieces you can buy new. And if it was me, I would do that. And they're very inexpensive. Matter of fact, I can even, we have a vendor we buy these through. This side's not too bad. This side, you can tell they put something heavy on it, or just didn't maintain it. It's possible it was a hunting rig. So the frame itself, though, has no issues with it. And when we get this pulled, if we've seen something back here, which it's C-channel, so it's not like we're hiding, you know, we can't see anything. Sometimes when they're boxed in here, it's a little harder to see that side, but nonetheless, we'll get that. If you don't want it on there, because you know you're going to be putting another one on, we can just take it off here. I can have John do that. So nice and clean and ready to go. If you want us to put another one on, we can do it that way. Again, we'll price it because this technically is part of the frame, even though it's a subsection they do sell separately. We'll price it with knowing that somebody will either replace that, and then, like I said, if you don't want to mess with it and you want us to do it, we'd be more than happy to do that for you and put a brand new one on. Okay? So hopefully that, and if you have any questions about that, just give me a holler. It's a little easier to explain over the phone. But all the mounts are in excellent shape. The tub, although the tub had some side damage on it from just use, the bottom of this thing was just absolutely beautiful. And then that brings me to my last thing. In case you or somebody else is looking at the chassis, if you're on the Midwest or East Coast and dealing with rust and your axles aren't in the best of shape, these axles are really, really clean. There's no scaling or loss of metal or anything like that. So you got the 30 up front, drum brakes. Now, maybe this is just, you know, the way you want it, but you want disc on it before it ships. We can do that here. We sell those kits. We usually sell them as a loose kit, but if you want us to do it before it gets shipped, by all means, we can do that too. Or we can just send that stuff alongside. And essentially all we're doing is taking a 77 or newer CJ front, basically the knuckles, and then all the hardware attached and throwing them on there. And we usually give you the used brake parts unless somebody says, hey, I want everything new that we can, discs and pads and all that stuff. And it's not that you can't use the used stuff. You probably want to use new stuff, even if you get it and you don't want us to do that. It's just, I include that stuff so you have a reference of, this is the right piece versus not. So, okay. So the only couple areas that I really want to get up close and personal on this frame is really these front areas, and they love to get little hairline cracks in them, and it wouldn't hurt it, but just in case there is, which there is not there, and it's not there either. So that looks really good. But in the case we price this thing, somebody says, I just want the frame, we get it all stripped down. Again, like I said, we do what we call a final approval video, okay? And there comes back something that we didn't see, like there was a hairline crack somewhere. At that point, it's kind of up to the customer. The customer can say, hey, I can fix that, just knock some money off, we'll call it good. Or he can say, you know what, that's way worse than I thought, or, whatever. Or I just don't want to deal with that, I want to keep looking. And then we would just refund it, period. If we had something else to offer at that time, we would offer that first. If that wasn't an option, then we'd refund it. In the case that it's exactly how we think, then there's nothing, cracked and no other rust or anything like that shows up on it, then we would call basically the final approval. We still want your final approval on it, say, yeah, give us the thumbs up, and we get it loaded up and brought out to you, okay? So we have we do have a trip coming up in June, but if you need stuff before then, we have a hot shot crew that we run about every 3 weeks out of here to the East Coast. And so that's an option too. You'll pay a little bit more on the delivery versus when I bring stuff out, but sometimes the clock is ticking, and that couple $100 more isn't a deal breaker for most. So, all right, so I'm gonna finish my photos up, and then again, this will be listed. If you happen to see this video on YouTube, you already know the spiel. You can buy anything on it that you want. If you happen to see it on our website and then YouTube, you've seen that price you've seen on our website. When it gets listed will be for the whole chassis. But again, the YouTube videos, the people who catch us on YouTube first, It likely won't be listed on a website for at least a week. You'll have to call for pricing, or if we've talked before, we can communicate how we are. But nonetheless, we always do pricing over the phone, so it will be required on a phone call, at least at some point. And it's a big purchase. I mean, who doesn't want to have at least one phone call with somebody they're buying something from? So otherwise, I think that's it. All right. So I'll show you that other. I'm going to pause it real quick so I don't waste more of your time than I already have. So this is the frame here, and I haven't cleaned it. The rear cross member is, again, kind of mangled on this one. Not as bad as the other one, but still probably something you'd want to replace. It needs to be cleaned. But this one looks really nice, except for that. And I don't know what the heck they did it for, why they did that. I mean, really is silly. I thought at first maybe it was a right-hand drive. I just didn't remember it. But that's not it, because your mounting holes for your gearbox are all there. So I'm not sure. It wasn't, whatever they had done was done before we had the Jeep. The Jeep was still assembled, but it's hard to say. So in my opinion, somebody would want to probably go through. I mean, they did a good job, whatever they were doing. But I would replace this whole section and not monkey with it. But if you didn't want to replace the whole section and just wanted to replace this, you could in theory do that. But you'd want to do a little bit of this. This frame is going to be really cheap, like I said, because of that. And then they did a good job here. Now this is an area that on that frame hasn't been repaired yet because it's not broken. But I will tell you something. I'll give you a little cheat sheet here. This is the torque spot on these frames. And this is typically where they crack. And the fact that that guy, was just an old guy we got that Jeep from. And it was a hunting rig. He wasn't on it down the road all the time. It's usually when they reel it on them and they're burning out, they're pushing some power, and it kind of tweaks the frame. And they lift here and they crack on both sides. So people fish plate them. And this one, they did a really good job of it. I don't know if they could have done it before it cracked. That's the ideal thing to do. Or maybe somebody's seen it. It's hard to say. But nonetheless, it has been repaired here or reinforced. So it's possible either or happened. I don't see any cracks on the top to lead me down the road thinking that they repaired something. That may be there, but nope. So it's likely that somebody just said, hey, you need to reinforce this before it happens on that one. And I would strongly suggest on that one there to do that. You can do it nice and clean so it barely shows. But if you don't do it, you're very likely to have that same issue happen, especially if this is going to be something you're just going to be using it, around town on pavement. Typically, I see it a lot more on stuff that doesn't get driven off road as much. And I think that's just because there's a little more give on gravel and dirt. And otherwise, I'm not really sure that, or they're just kind of hopping up on the motor a little bit more than some. So, okay. So that's it. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great weekend. And 303-666-9020.